Today is February 12th, 2020. Reflection time, my journey to 40. Of course, I've been journaling since January 31st. And the reality is, it's almost my birthday. Oh my God. Um, my reflection today is mainly about the year that I truly believe without a doubt that there was a God, and that if you really believe and want something bad enough, if you speak it and you believe it without a doubt, it happens. I was in middle school and I wanted a trumpet so bad. I had just made the band, um, and I wanted a trumpet. And my stepfather, he said, well, just pray for it. And I remember going to bed praying. I remember waking up praying. I prayed. And then I started speaking. I remember it was a church sermon that talked about, speaking it into existence. And I remember speaking it. I'm going to get a trumpet. I'm going to get a trumpet. I'm going to get a trumpet. And I remember praying and believing without a doubt. And I remember it like it was yesterday. A trumpet appeared from nowhere. I mean, I still to this day really don't know how my stepfather and mom even made a way for me to get that trumpet, because we just didn't have it. And really, I know without a doubt, it wasn't them. I mean, us not having it. It was my faith in God, and that was way back in middle school, and it changed my life. Like just me believing without a doubt, and then every year, like I would speak things into existence, and it just started happening, and I was like, oh my goodness, the power of your words. I mean, it used to like blow my mind. I remember the day when I decided I was like, I'm going to earn my doctorate. I had just became a curriculum facilitator, and me and one of my, like, we were good friends. We still are good friends. She was like, let's do this program, and I was like, okay, let's do it. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I'm gonna be a doctor. They're gonna call me Dr. Isler. I'm not gonna be a miss. I'm gonna be a doctor. And I just kept saying it and saying it. And I still remember the day that I decided just to go all in and start writing my dissertation. And I was just receiving blessings from everywhere because there were people helping me. The social superintendent of curriculum, not the social superintendent of human resources. He actually was working on his doctorate before me, and I just remember him like reaching out, telling me whatever I need, he was gonna look out for me, and just his encouragement. And he's a minister too, so I just remember him like speaking life over me about about just going for it. And just everybody in Wayne County was so supportive. I mean, there was people that was, whatever you need, because my dissertation involved EVOS, and EVOS was new at the time, so I had to pull that data. People were signing off on stuff. I was sending it, and stuff was getting approved, and things was just happening for me. But I know it was my faith. It was my belief in God, knowing that one day I was going to be a doctor, and I was going to have the highest degree in education. And I just knew it. And it was my faith, my belief, my hard work too, because of course, I had to write my dissertation. My dissertation was a case study to explore rigorous teaching and testing practices to narrow the achievement gap. So I've always focused on thinking of ways to narrow the achievement gaps for students. And I used EVOS where I looked at the teachers that were performing the highest on EVOS. That means they were really getting results in the county. and I interviewed them. I did some phone conferences. I compared their responses. I did some observations. It was just such a rewarding experience. But I remember when I was writing my dissertation, I was working for Human Resources, and I took off a week. And I remember going in the house and I started praying. No one was in the house, it was just me. And I just started praying. I was praying. And I said, I'm not going to stop until it's done. I started working. I went in the kitchen. I just started working. I started writing. And to this day, some of the stuff that I wrote, I don't remember how I even thought through everything, because I know it was God taking control of my hand, and I mean helping me through that process, because I don't care what anybody say, my faith is what carries me. Like my belief, and without doubt, that's the key. You can't have any doubt. Doubt will mess you up, but my faith is what carried me through all the great things in my life. And I still remember, I say everything good always happened on May 31st. That's just my date, because my dissertation was approved on May 31st, and that's when I actually became Dr. Tisha Isler. So, and that's also the day I got married, May 31st. So it's just funny, like thinking back about how May 31st always just and every time May come around, it's always something good happen, like in my life, something good. So that just speaks for that date, which is so funny and ironic. But anyways, this is my reflection, and I just wanted to just talk about faith and believing, and reflecting, my journey to 40. I know I wouldn't be the person I am without God in my life. And I know, I'm not perfect at all. I mean, I have a lot of flaws, but daily I strive. I strive to make him happy. And I'm talking about God, make him happy. My heart, I truly can't look at people and think evil thoughts about them. I don't see like I don't see evil. I try to focus on good, and try to focus on just that my positive energy and vibe, and focus on what I can do to be of service. And I mean, some people might look at me and like, oh, she's just too much. I am. I'm too much, and I'm okay with that, because that's me.